with the nice timing of Anamul straight to 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆. Nice catch by 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆. 33 for 1.
চাচা, শীতে হাত ও ঠোঁট একদম ফেটে গেছে, একটা তেল দেন না।
একটু দাঁড়াও।
আর ফাটা গোড়ালির জন্য গ্লিসারিন।
আচ্ছা।
ঠোঁট, পা আর স্কিন, ব্যাস ভ্যাসলিন।
এটা 3-in-1। এতে আছে 100% পিওর জেলি, যা স্কিনকে ময়শ্চারাইজ করে, ফাটা ত্বককে করে কোমল। ঠোঁট, পা, স্কিন, ব্যাস ভ্যাসলিন।
In comes 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝘆𝗿. In the 5th over, Bangladesh lose their first wicket, and 𝗖𝗚𝗏 trying to go over the top, trying to just push one, chipping one. A good catch taken. Shakib, his captain has given them a decent enough start. Shakib is a person who can turn things around quickly. He sometimes takes a little bit of time, but there is hardly any time for Bangladesh to hang about with. Look at the numbers, one of the most impressive numbers in terms of runs and wickets for that matter. Fantastic all-round innovation, and he gets the results. It's a little cramped for space. Despite that, he ramped it away for 4 runs.
Streaky to get off the mark. That's 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗆. He can get that extra bit of bounce. The high arm release.
Goes through his overs very, very quickly. Little unorthodox, maybe the shot that got the boundary for 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗆, but situation they are in, they'll take everything. Good ball. Once again, you get the high bounce off just the back of a length, sometimes zipping it through. Tends to hurry on to the batters, to be extra careful. Very wily bowler. Nicely behind that. Only the single result of the last ball of the 5th over. 38 for 1.
এখন লাইফবয় শুধু ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে সুরক্ষাই না, সাথে দেবে 300 টাকা মূল্যের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ ফ্রি। প্রতিটি প্যাকের সাথে পাবেন রবি হেলথ প্লাসের সহযোগিতায় 300 টাকা মূল্যের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ একদম ফ্রি। একটা মিসড কল দিন এই নম্বরে, করোনা ভাইরাস থেকে সুরক্ষা আর ফ্রিতে ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ, শুধু লাইফবয়।
𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆 and Lidon Kumar Das, the two batters in the middle. Lidon getting off to a flying start. Shakib just coming in, helping himself to a boundary in the first over that he faced, but they've got to keep on doing that on a consistent basis. Mountain to climb here for Bangladesh. Smashes it, and it stopped. Well done. Moved quickly to his left. This is a little chip. Seemed to just not really get it in the meaty part of the bat. Maybe reared up a little bit more than he realized and made it into a simple catch, did Mohammad Siraj, taking it quite comfortably. Much to the disappointment of the crowd here. We're hoping that the opening pair could give them a flying start. Not to be. 𝗖𝗚𝗏𝗆𝗆 back in the hut. Shakib, nicely done, but once again, very alert, very agile in the field, the Indian fielders.
It's coming on nicely as well now. You're mentioning, Shamim, that the moment the sun sets in, this pitch is going to become a lot more better for batting. We've seen the statistics as well indicating that it's a nice venue to chase down a target. Going by that, Bangladesh should keep wickets in hand if they've got to chase this target.
Well, maybe not where he intended it to go. It's still going to go quite close to that boundary line. You see, that I like this approach. It's just ensuring that they try to upset the rhythm of the bowler, throw the bat at virtually everything. Once in a while, luck's going to favor you. And when that happens, that might just be your day.
And also by breaking up this target, by making the target a lot smaller, not running behind an average of 9 or 10 and over. Just break it down, 5 over each targets, and try to get to that as close as possible.
Once in a while, when there's a really good delivery, all you do is just push and run, keep the scoreboard rotating along nicely. Well, I've got dignitaries with 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗵𝘁𝗵𝘁 and I knew that he's the chief selector, 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁 Shimon, another selector, 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗍𝗽𝗆𝗃𝗏, their former captain. So all enjoying it here up in the president's box, hoping that Bangladesh can come out and put up a good fight. It's a daunting task. It's a difficult task. Oh, almost chopped it on. Little tentative on that occasion. 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗁. A good bowling, intelligently done by 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗍𝗽𝗆. Something that got to be a little careful about. The ball just checking back in. Fortunate, he thought he had his man. Long task ahead. 369 runs required still. Once again, this is meticulous bowling. This is intelligent bowling. 6 done, 41 for 1.
মাঠে ঘাটে প্রান্তরে হবে প্রতি ঘরে ঘরে খেলা হবে খেলা
খেলা হবে মজা হবে আর খাবার জমবে রুচি সসে
স্পেশাল মানুষদের জন্য মজাদার ম্যাজিক মশলা ফ্লেভারে মিস্টার নুডলস, স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
Highest score ever against Bangladesh in one-day internationals. It's Umran Malik, speedster. Maybe the speed can be a little disconcerting. Quick run taken. 𝗖𝗍𝗽𝗆𝘆𝗿. Umran Malik can generate a lot of pace. Bowling from the Tom's most limited end. As the sun sets, there's going to be a little bit of a skid, more than we saw off the track when he bowls. Does bowl a hard ball. He generates 140 clicks plus quite on regular basis. More dignitaries up there in the VIP boxes, the president box. Just enjoying the proceedings. Not interested. But there again, I just feel that if the ball has got that bit of a weight, it's worth giving it a bit of a chase. Just trying to ensure that the next delivery, the bowler gets to try and bowl it more in line, allowing the batter to play more comfortably at it. The sun setting here. He's got underneath that one. He's going to go quite a distance, but not quite to the boundary. Just holding up, teeing off, not really getting the ball to go the distance. But it's good from 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗁.
You mentioned it's worth trying your best and utilizing the pace as well. Slightly drop in pace from Imran Malik, this ball from a 150 k's to 143 k's. Always wanted to clear the infield. Litton Das.
Nice. Just use the pace. Knows that there's a fielder there in the deep protecting that boundary. His slow balls are 140 clicks plus. Joe, extraordinary.
Well, at least you know that the ball is going to come at pace, at a decent pace as well, and you can plan your stroke, you can plan your kind of an innings that you want to build around it. The trouble happens when a bowler of Mustafizur's pace tries to change the pace so very subtly. First ball to 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗵𝗵𝗵 from Umran.
He tries to just go across. He just moved outside the line of the off stump.
And very interesting how 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗵𝗵𝗵 has adopted his technique from the second one-day international 3 days ago. On the left is the second one where he was staying outside the line of the leg stump, no way trying to come closer and covering his stumps, staying behind the line to Siraj. This time here today, he's still towards leg stump, but his back leg has gone covering the stumps, and thinking that because he can't put his bat down in the line of the stumps, he's taken his bat away because he wants to hit the ball, not time it.
7 overs done, 45 for 1.
নেট কিনতে চাইতে হবে।
মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস দিয়ে নো টেনশন। মাইজিপি অ্যাপের সব সলিউশন।
ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি যুক্ত নতুন রিন, যা আপনার আর আপনার কাপড়ে আনে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা।
Not going to get to the boundary, but it will be another 2 to the Bangladesh total. 47 for 1. Lovely time of day right now. Sun just dipping, the lights are on. The lovely pinkish high sky coming into view. There you go. Very nice. The sun will be down in just a few minutes. Goes down very quickly here. Just there by the ocean. Big ships in the background. There's a big crowd in now. They've come in on this Saturday. I've heard about the heroics performed earlier, hoping to see some more of the same from their own batters. Backs away, and that's going to be a chance straight to 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆. Big wicket for India. The informed Litton Das goes.
Just when you want your captain to be playing big innings and capitalize on the start that he's managed for himself. A ball that he would have wanted to go over the bowler's head. Too much room he's created for himself, and he's found the fielder straight to the mid-off one, 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗏 Thakur, and Siraj has his flair. Goes down fighting as captain Litton Das, 29, 47 for 2.
মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার আস্থা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইনিন। কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওরসালাইনিন।
খালামুনি, কঠিন তেল চর্বি কিভাবে দূর করে শিখিয়ে দাও না।
এই নে ভিম, এতে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি, যা তোর থালা বাসনের কঠিন তেল চর্বি দূর করবে।
ওয়াও, থ্যাংক ইউ খালামুনি।
খালামুনির থেকে এটাও শিখে নে।
খালামুনি, তুমি কিভাবে?
তুই কি ভেবেছিলি খালামুনি শুধু থালা বাসনই ধুতে পারে?
অনেক কিছুই নতুন দেখা যাবে যখন দেখবো থালা বাসন ছাড়িয়ে। ভিম।
Bangladesh attempting to pull off the almost impossible here and chase down 410. They've got their two most experienced one-day players at the crease now. 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗀𝗵𝗵 joins 𝗖𝗽mě𝗫𝗀𝗏. They're going to have to keep going here. Required run rate 8.5. They've lost 2 wickets inside 8 overs, but it doesn't really matter. They want to have any chance of chasing this down. Just got to keep the foot on the pedal.
Just in a catching position, just on square there for 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗀𝗵𝗵. Very solid record. Always loved the way that he's gone about his game. Resilient. Loves the tough situation. He's got Bangladesh out of a lot of trouble over the years.
That was off the mark. I don't know how experienced you are. That's always a nice feeling, isn't it?
He's a fighter. 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗀𝗵𝗵, and he's here because the skipper Linton Das is trying to keep the momentum going. Trying to hit the Indian bowlers off good length. Big tally to trace. You've got to take those risks. It was a good calculated risk, but he just didn't quite execute it as well as he'd like.
Good slow ball to finish from Mohammad Siraj. He strikes in the over, concedes just 3, 48 for 2.
গরম পানিতে গোসল হোক আরামে। 93 ডিগ্রি পর্যন্ত গরম পানি বহন করে সহজে। RFL CPVC Pro পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিং। পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
ধুর, এখন আবার নেট কিনতে যাইতে হবে।
মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস দিয়ে নো টেনশন। মাইজিপি অ্যাপের সব সলিউশন।
Both openers are gone, and Bangladesh attempting to pull off the second highest chase of all time, 410, would slot in behind South Africa's 435 in 2006. Jumps wide of the crease there, Umran Malik. From an Indian point of view here, Hoggy, you've got to be thinking, if you're a bowler, this is a great opportunity for me to get some wickets here, get some confidence up, make a name for myself before that next ODI, because the batters are going to have to be aggressive.
Well, you're right there, Matt. The thing is, you don't want to be over-aggressive thinking that the Bangladesh batsmen coming after you are going to produce easy wickets.
Throws his hands at that. Oh, almost gets past 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗀𝗏, the third man, who in the end, makes a bit of a meal of it, but prevents the boundary.
And India have had that in the first one-day international when they bowled second. They thought they had the game done and dusted, but Bangladesh got over the line. And it's very similar tonight. Got to continue to switch on, keep to your basics, keep doing what you do best, keep it nice and simple.
There's the short ball. Remember, Malik versus Shakib won in that second ODI. Malik hit Shakib a couple of times. This is Malik v Shakib 2, and that's the first short one right in at the ribs. Well directed too. It's going to be very interesting, this. Athar Ali Khan said before he didn't think he'd seen Shakib that disturbed by a short ball by a fast bowler before in one-day cricket. Goes across his stumps and flicks to the leg side. Smart play from Shakib, anticipated the line there.
That's the 50 up for Bangladesh, and what a shot to bring it up with. India have moved a fielder from the offside over to a leg gully position. Malik goes fuller. Shakib doesn't worry about that leg gully. Just backs himself to execute the shot. It's a sign of a class player, knowing where the fielders are and where the gaps are.
Now, what's the response going to be here? Short ball, hits high on the bat, but it's in the gap. It's going to be back-to-back boundaries for Shakib. So far, he's ahead in Malik v Shakib 2.
Think about coming back over the wicket to Shakib. Going around the wicket, he's tried to cramp him for room. That angle has allowed Shakib to get on top of him at this stage of the contest. It's a good matchup, this. And Malik has decided to come back over the wicket. I like this. Get into the ribs of Shakib with that leg gully in place.
Full. And that's swung away off the inside portion of the bat. Well done, I think, 𝗖𝗍𝗽𝗍𝗏. I think he's just pulled that back in before his body touched the rope. We'll have to check it, though.
Good contest, this, between bat and ball. Also, exceptional fielding. When your bowler's under pressure, you need fielding like that to help regain a little bit of confidence in the big quick. Not bad for a keeper, 𝗖𝗍𝗽𝗍𝗏. And it's not caught a fall. That's 59 for 2.
গোলাপের নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স
ভিটামিন সির গুরুত্ব বুঝেছে দেশের সবাই। এই শীতে ত্বকের সুরক্ষায় সবার পকেটে মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি। ভিটামিন সির সাথে ভিটামিন ই যুক্ত হয়ে এখন আরো কার্যকর নতুন মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি।
Bangladesh need just the 351 more if they're going to pull off an incredible chase. They've got the two men at the crease that they would like potentially at this point. Two very experienced men, but someone is going to have to play an unbelievable innings here to have a chance of getting there. Don't think they can get there with just cameos. Someone has to do an 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗍𝗏 or something similar. Get 100 at more than a run a ball. Backs away, but that was a good change of pace by Siraj. He's gone to that a couple of times now. In Chattogram, Bangladesh's second largest city, one of the oldest ports in the world, and one of the busiest in Asia as well. There's the ship graveyard out on the estuary. That's a real sight, especially as the sun's going down. Flew into that a couple of days ago. It was beautiful. Got some fantastic snaps. And you've got plenty of beaches around as well. It's a real place. Clipped. He's done that twice now. 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗀𝗏. He is now motoring. Gone past strike rate of 100.
Beautiful shot. Anything on the pads. There's plenty of space there behind square. Fine leg up, deep square in play. It's because Siraj is trying to set 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍 up with a short pitch delivery. Try and get him pulling. Hopefully, the top edge.
Moving around his crease a lot. 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍 trying to create angles. He's doing a good job at the moment. Just putting off the bowler. Due a score, isn't he, as well? He hasn't made a big score in this series just yet. 8 in the second ODI, 29 in the first. They do bat fairly deep, Bangladesh. But it's a question of someone standing up and getting a real biggie. Yasir Ali brought into the side. Due in next, Mahmudullah in form after that brilliant recovery knock in the last ODI. Afif was saying he's certainly someone decent to have in at 7. Short and pulled off the top edge. Fortunately for Mushfiqur, not enough on it to get down to Umran Malik.
If you got the pull shot in the cupboard, you've got to bring it out when you're chasing over 400 runs to win the game. This is a beautiful bouncer on the money. Very lucky that it was mistimed enough that it was well short of that deep fine leg man.
Yeah, definitely rushed Mushfiqur for pace there. That's well bowled, I think. Yeah. Saw 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍𝗏 backing away. And just put it wide and full. 10 gone, 66 for 2.
Apurna, ওকে দিন এসএমসির জয়া স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন। কাপড় ফেলে জয়া আনুন, মেয়েকে এগিয়ে রাখুন। জয়া স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন, পিছিয়ে থাকবো না।
স্পেশাল মানুষদের জন্য মজাদার ম্যাজিক মশলা ফ্লেভারে মিস্টার নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
Just 4 bowlers used so far in the first power play, which is now done and dusted. And now have 4 players outside of the ring.
Malik, 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍𝗏. Last game, short pitch bowling. Pace was just a bit too much for 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍. It was just the up and down bounce of the Dhaka pitch that caused the extra trouble. But today, he's been able to counteract it and put the pressure back on the bowler.
Wide of the crease, does that often. 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏 just jumps out at the last minute, a la Mark Wood of England. And the batter we all want to see is Malik v Shakib. It's always very interesting, isn't it, when a fast bowler hits a batter and then they have that psychologically there in the back of their mind just to see how they respond. And Shakib has responded really well so far today.
It's just believing in yourself, backing yourself, and trying to put that out the back of your mind.
It's come off somewhere near the top of the bat, but Shakib is not willing to let Malik just bowl at him here. He wants to take him on.
India, 400 on the board, but 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Liton Das got Bangladesh off to a fantastic start, utilising the pace until 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 tried to take on 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍 first ball over cover. Probably should have just taken a bit more time there, and then Liton Das. That was a big wicket for India. Exciting bowler, Umran Malik. A lot of people are talking about, should he play Test cricket? And just stick with the white ball stuff. I think Test cricket, he still needs a lot of work under his belt. Get those workloads up. Bowling longer spells, more overs. Will be a bit too much pressure on the young body.
Goes across again. An inquiry from Umran Malik, but that pitched a long way outside leg stump. This tactic at the moment seems to be working for Shakib. 93 mile an hour, that last delivery.
Malik, extra pace. Shakib just setting up where he's cleared that front leg. So if Malik's full, he's going to try and drive him from that particular position. There's not going to be too much footwork. If he's short, he's in a position to pull it or cut it as well.
It's out in the middle of the bat, but there is protection out on the offside. Just going to be a single. So pretty good over all round for India. Goes for just 5, 70 for 2.
Nice. তোর ময়েশ্চারাইজার এত তাড়াতাড়ি গায়েব? এটা ব্যবহার কর ভ্যাসলিন বডি লোশন। এর গ্লিসারিন যুক্ত ফর্মুলা ত্বকের গভীরে গিয়ে দেয় 6 গুণ দীর্ঘস্থায়ী ময়েশ্চারাইজেশন ও এর ভ্যাসলিন জেলি ত্বকের ময়েশ্চার লক করে ত্বক রাখে নরম এবং কোমল সারাদিন। ভ্যাসলিন।
Bangladesh going on at over 6 and over, but the required rate is 8.72. Just highlights how well India batted. 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍𝗏 back into the attack for just his second over. Picked up a wicket with his first ball. He's changed ends as well. Picked up 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏. First ball caught by Siraj at long off.
It's a good move from Rahul to change the ends of the left arm off spinner. One, you've got the left-handed batsman hitting with the spin, so he's got the longer boundary to hit to. The right-hander, a little smaller, not as powerful as Shakib, hitting to a smaller boundary, but against the spin. And with the extra bounce that he generates, 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍, because of his height, it's harder to control the sweep shot as well.
It's the top edge. It's going to be safe though. How unlucky is that for Aksha? That's exactly what you were talking about, Brad. That extra bounce makes him very hard to play cross-bat shots to.
Nothing wrong with the option of the shot, but it's a huge risk off that length. That short boundary, and there's plenty of gaps out there. Only 4 on the leg side for the right-handed batsman to take on that sweep shot. It's the option, but you've got to make sure that you get to the pitch of the ball.
And that's what you've also got to be careful about with 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍, the one that arrows in to your middle and off stump if you're a right-handed batter. Goes across and gets bowled round his legs. 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍 says, "You miss, I hit." How many times have we seen that before?
Smart bowling from 𝗖𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗍. First ball to 𝗵𝗁𝗏𝗏. He tried to sweep, wasn't quite there, top edge. Next ball playing back, and then follows up with another ball on the good length, just attacking the stumps. 𝗵𝗁𝗏𝗏 trying to be a little greedy with the sweep shot, out for 7. Bangladesh getting themselves in a little bit of trouble, 73 for 3.
নাজিয়ানা, আনিকা।
ম্যাডাম, সিনেমা হিরোর নামেই চলে। আপনি চুলে নজর দিন। গরম আর ঘাম চুলের শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে।
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব, আমিও আর আমার চুলও। নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন, এতে আছে আমলা, পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স, যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। শাইন করব মন খুলে।
𝗖𝗽𝗍 strides to the crease, brought into the side today. He's had a stop-start few months with injury. He's overall had a good year all round because he made his international debut in all 3 formats in 2022. What a situation to come into, 3 down, trying to get to 410. See it as an opportunity, though, just to free himself up and get some runs with all the injuries, particularly to the fast bowlers that have been suffered. Deepak Chahar, Kuldeep Sen have had to go back to India. Decided to bring in an extra spinner today, Kuldeep, who in fact in his last ODI picked up 4 for against South Africa. 4.1 overs, 4 for 18 in Delhi in that recent series. Final game of that series. Slip in. Bumped into Kuldeep Yadav in the lift the other day, didn't we, at the hotel, Brad? 𝗖𝗽𝗍𝗆𝗍 has played 5 innings so far in ODI cricket. 150, as you can see there. Just 3 runs in his next 4 innings. 26 years old. Immediately, a bit of a challenge for him, but a left arm wrist spin. Bumped into Kuldeep. In the lift the other day. Oh, a bit of turn straight away down the leg side, and Kuldeep was waxing lyrical about you, Brad Hogg, wasn't he? One of your protege, someone he says that you're a big inspiration for him.
Kuldeep was more of an inspiration for me. Really enjoyed my time with him out Kolkata Knight Riders.
Oh, Jaffa. It's the googly. So hard to pick Kuldeep when he's on form.
Ding, 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 ding. Ring the bell. That's just a perfect wrong-un. Beautiful line from 𝗖𝗽𝗍𝗶𝗵𝗵. The reason why he bowled that wrong-un is because the first leg spinner was going down leg, but he'd set it up for the right line for the wrong-un. Perfect bowling from 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗵𝗏.
And again, that's an even better delivery. Big smile across 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗵𝗏's face. Fantastic start.
I sense a sweep shot coming out from Ali, because he's not been able to read 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗵𝗏 out of the hand.
That's shorter. Enables 𝗖𝗍𝗽 to get off the mark and get off strike. But a really interesting first over from 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗵𝗏. 75 for 3.
এখন আবার নেট কিনতে চাইতে হবে।
মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস দিয়ে নো টেনশন। মাইজিপি অ্যাপের সব সলিউশন।
শুরুটাই যদি ভুলভাবে হয় তাহলে কি আর শুরু হবে কোনো লং লাস্টিং স্টোরি? কুল বডি স্প্রে, 4টি লং লাস্টিং ফ্রেগ্রেন্সে। ভুল করো না, কুল করো।
Into the gap. Lovely shot from 𝗖𝗍𝗽, just eased through cover. Siraj gets the slide out early and they come back for a couple.
𝗖𝗍𝗽𝗍𝗵 was having his troubles against 𝗖𝗍𝗽𝗍𝗫. Just in no control of that sweep shot. Moving across and also hanging back with his weight. His issues got him in trouble. 𝗖𝗍𝗽 struggled against 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗵𝗏, but that was a powerful stroke through the covers to give him a little bit more confidence.
KL Rahul's just tried to reinforce that area when 𝗖𝗍𝗽 is on strike anyway, with a couple of covers in place. Left-hander comes on. Obviously everything changes. 3 fielders out on the leg side boundary. Arm ball that one. Half stopped. They still come free for a single. Old Akshat Patel just 4 off that over. 79 for 3.
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো। তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি?
এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
Run rate required now over 9, getting more and more difficult. Shakib on 30. 𝗖𝗍𝗽𝗍𝗵𝗏 on 4 of 10. It's going to be a hard grind. The run rate currently 5.65. Pressure building all the time. Nicely played through the covers. Chase around. Good commitment. Yes, managed to stop that from going over the ropes.
Yeah, they need something special. Bangladesh already losing 3 wickets. Good work in the deep. So far it has been about 𝗖𝗚𝗽𝗽𝘆𝗿𝗏, isn't it?
Oh yes, but what a nice looking shot that is. Deserves that boundary. It's going to get now. Once in a while we do see the boundaries, but just falling behind on the initial asking rate of 8.2. Just can't give up trying, despite the fact that you mentioned the 3 wickets are down.
That's a beautiful shot. That is a very good shot from 𝗖𝗚𝗽𝗍𝗍. Going to the pitch of the delivery and then just heading down the ground on the offside to pick up a boundary. This is still a very good pitch to bat on. Shot selection will be the key.
Kept a tad low. Surprised Rabbi in the ball just coming out. The orthodox one coming back in. Did well to get a bit of bat on it.
Yeah, it's not an easy target when a team puts on more than 400 runs on the board, so the pressure is right from the word go. You would want the openers, the top order, to play explosively. That has not been the case so far. Shakib still there, is trying hard. But you got to give credit the way India came back in this third and final one-day internationals. Really good scenes here at the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhary Stadium.
You're right about the Indian comeback after losing 2 very close matches. The power with which they came back through the batting of 𝗚𝗚𝗽𝗍𝗍 and eventually Virat Kohli got his form back. Really impressive in their venture to go towards that World Cup. 88 for 3.
MyGP app থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস নিয়ে নো টেনশন, MyGP অ্যাপে সব সলিউশন।
Really didn't give any opportunity. Shakib always on the lookout for runs in this innings. Once again, through some accuracy, not allowed to do it.
Yeah, it's important for the bowlers on a batting-friendly surface to mix it up. You don't want to bowl at a similar kind of pace, which will give opportunity for batters to read it and then try to play some big shots. So that's one of the reasons why 𝗖𝗚𝗽𝗍𝗍 has been very effective. In his 4th over, he's already picked up 2 for 12.
This deviation, quick run taken.
We spoke about how he set Mushfiqur Rahim. First one was just over 90, and then 92. Again 92.6, and then the last one was the quickest one, 93 plus. Going through the defenses, trying to play the sweep shot and hitting the stumps.
Got to be so very careful. So noticeable that once he floats the ball up with the slow deliveries, it gets to grip and get a bit of purchase. But he deliberately bowled that short and quicker. Really foxed Mushfiqur Rahim. Bangladesh struggling. Such a long way to go. This plays on your mind. It's not going to get a run of the last ball of the 16th over. Score remains on 90 for 3. It's time for our drinks break.
চাচা, শীতে হাত ও ঠোঁট একদম ফেটে গেছে, একটা তেল দেন না।
একটু দাঁড়াও।
আর ফাটা গোড়ালির জন্য গ্লিসারিন।
আচ্ছা।
ঠোঁট, পা আর স্কিন, ব্যাস ভ্যাসলিন। এটা 3-in-1। এতে আছে 100% পিওর জেলি, যা স্কিনকে ময়শ্চারাইজ করে, ফাটা ত্বককে করে কোমল। ঠোঁট, পা, স্কিন, ব্যাস ভ্যাসলিন।
সব দলের মতো স্বাদেও থাকুক ঝাল কিংবা বারবিকিউ অথবা প্রিমিয়ামের ভিন্নতা, কিন্তু সবারই হাতে থাকবে রুচি চানাচুর। ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি যুক্ত নতুন রিন, যা আপনার আর আপনার কাপড়ে আনে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা।
স্পেশাল মানুষদের জন্য মজাদার ম্যাজিক মশলা ফ্লেভারে মিস্টার নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।